Join me this week to do a quick and belated Halloween look. I'm going to be talking about all things Gaga and her new single Disease, including my predictions for a Telephone Part 2. And I'll also be talking about my biggest drag project yet. I'm revamping my entire drag wardrobe, so stay tuned. Hey folks, I'm Anita Piss. I am your sassy, sophisticated and stylish drag queen from London. And in this Get Ready With Me series, I'm going to be trying on some different makeup looks and talking about all the things that you want to know. This Halloween look is inspired by these two creators on TikTok, so do check them out. I'm loving all the blood and the rhinestones as well, so let's get that base on. Let's get those smoky eyes done. Contouring and concealer highlighting. Okay, now that I've got most of the makeup down and before I start to add in the blood, I am going to start to talk to you. I am loving this new era of Gaga, and I just think it's wonderful that we as fans get to live through these various different eras with her. She seems really healthy, really well at the moment, really happy. That's really translating across to me as a fan, and I'm loving it. I'm loving this joy and the darkness that she's bringing back. Those old school Gaga vibes are, oh, bring me that rah-rah shit any day of the week. Gaga is one of the biggest artists in the world and nobody is doing it like her. And to be honest, I'm just really excited to see what she's going to bring. And yeah, it seems like a really exciting period of her life as well. And I think we're just so blessed to have access to all of these artists these days with social media and TikTok and Twitter and Instagram, in addition to the TV shows that they're doing and the interviews that they have as well. So yeah, what a wonderful time for her and for us as little monsters. I can't wait to see what the album is like. I think that's coming out next year. So yeah, bring it on. I also think at the moment she is performing better than she's ever performed before. Her voice sounds incredible at the moment. If you haven't seen the performance she did of Mistake on SNL earlier this year, is just incredible. Her voice sounds amazing. She is really harnessing the sort of darker sides of herself and the sort of gritty grunginess with those pop catchy vocals. I am a avid fan of Gaga and watch a lot of her output on social media, and my prediction is that this new album that's going to come out will have the follow-up to Telephone. Earlier this year, both Gaga and Beyonce did make some references back to Telephone, and I think it probably would have been about the time that she's been recording for this album. So fingers crossed, little monsters, fingers crossed, because if that's the case and that there is a follow-up to Telephone on this album, Telephone is without doubt the greatest music video of the 21st century. I can't think of a better music video unless you go back to like Michael Jackson. There's so many looks, so many references, so much content, so much art, so much joy and creativity, just purely in the music video alone, let alone the song, which is, it's got to be one of the best pop songs ever written. It's incredible. And I remember waking up early in the morning. I was such a fan of hers. Obviously the music video came out in the evening in America, so in the UK here it was really early in the morning, and I remember waking up early specifically to log onto YouTube. I think it might have been in Vimeo back then, wherever, and I was just blown away, like as a young queer creative person, to see that was incredible. Whilst I get on the rest of this makeup, let me tell you about some of the things that I have been working on. So yeah, I've been doing drag for like 6 years now, and I've got to the point where I have a lot of drag in terms of wigs, outfits, makeup. Over the years that I've been doing it, and there's a sort of knack to drag in that queens, kings, things will put a look together and then document that look for Instagram, the socials. That look sort of lives on as a memory of something that they've created. Whereas when I don't know whether I can blame this on my mental health at the time, my organisation skills or lack thereof, or something to do maybe with the anxiety of getting ready for a gig. I find it quite difficult leading up to gigs because I get so anxious. So a lot of the costumes that I have never really been photographed. So I've tasked myself of going back through a number of my drag looks to revive the costume, to add things to it to make the drag bigger, and I have also revived all of my wigs as well. Well, I'm in the process of doing those now. So if you check out my TikTok and my Instagram pages and my YouTube, you can see this journey that I'm on to elevating my drag to a level where it meets the expectation that I have in my mind. And I'm halfway there for a few of those outfits, and some of those outfits need a bit more work. But it's been a really fun and kind of heartwarming creative project doing this. It's a massive project because it sort of encompasses a number of creative projects that I'm revisiting. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing anything about that, come and check out my channel. I think for me, one of the frustrations I've had with drag is my own confidence in my ability and my skill level. But the more I do drag and the more I practice, the more confident I feel that I can execute the ideas that I have in my mind, which is the most important thing to me. Yes, I'm going to be moving into things like wig styling and creating things. This journey with my drag has also really tied in with my own mental health journey over the past at least 4 years. I have been really working on myself, going to therapy, and just figuring out what's going on inside my head, because it was really holding me back. The anxiety and the depression were really, they were kicking my ass, man. And I had to figure out what that was about, why that was happening, and also what my reaction was going to be to that. I'm not the sort of person that will just sit around and accept my circumstances. I believe that you have to work hard for the things that you want, and if something doesn't turn out for you the way that you thought it would, then you better work really hard to change the narrative. So yeah, I think this project ties in really nicely with me sort of battling, or should I say conquering, those demons. And I would definitely say to anybody that's experiencing, particularly if you start to experience something that keeps happening to you over and over again, and you keep thinking, why is this happening to me? Why do I keep ending up in these circumstances? Girl, you need to go to therapy. You need to go and figure out what that is, what's going on there, and you need to deal with it. Still experience anxiety. Like, it doesn't magically mean that you're going to wake up and not feel anxious or not feel depressed. I am somebody that is predisposed to feeling those types of ways. And it's my responsibility as an adult human being to get to grips with that. You know, it's okay and it's normal to feel anxious, but if you're spiraling out, sort that shit out, bitch. There's going to be so many fucking rhinestones on my floor. And girl, these are glass rhinestones. Mama ain't cheap. Oh. So there we have it. A quick and belated Halloween look inspired by whoever it was. You can subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. You can also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.